Evolution is revolution, and light becomes life again, and soon we will have enough hours for tragedy, and we will not have space on our lists, and boxes will become lines boundless.
So I'm Greer, Nakadegawa-Lee, and I'm the 2020 Oakland Youth Poet Laureate. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Chard. I am a 2021 Oakland Youth Poet Laureate finalist.
Awesome. So Anna, I'm just gonna start right at the beginning. What got you into writing poetry?
I think it was early middle school. We were writing haikus, and I remember really enjoying writing haikus. I don't anymore, but at the time I thought they were the coolest thing. They felt like puzzles to me. And so kind of putting together my Montessori puzzle brain and my love of words was really, really satisfying for me. And I think from that point on, I found an interest in poetry, and it only grew as I learned more about the different kinds of forms and the lack thereof. And yeah.
Oh, that's super cool. So that's how you started doing is haiku and things like that. But what do you like to write about now, and like what inspires you to write today?
I think about like my existence in relationship to everyone else's existence a lot. And I've always had these big questions about, like, when I was little, they were along the lines of, what will happen when the world explodes? Like, will my bones float around in space?
That's a
Things like
lot for a
that.
kid.
Yeah, I had so many questions when I was little. And now I just have a lot of thoughts. And so I have a hard time articulating them sometimes, and it's really gratifying to get them down on paper. I can kind of write as I think, and develop my own ideas about things, and I think that's kind of where my inspiration comes from, slash how I think about the world often.
Okay, so you just find poetry is like the easiest medium for you to like untangle all your thoughts through.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think so. I think it's pretty cool to put symbols to feelings and words, to kind of thoughts.
that's really cool. Um, so we're both in Oakland. Like, so how do you think growing up here like influenced you?
I think that um, I think what's really special about Oakland is how expressive it is, so creative, and so diverse in both its inhabitants and also the kind of expression that exists. Just being exposed to all kinds of people doing all kinds of creative things, I think was really formative for me. I think that it kind of allowed me to grow up with the idea that I too could kind of take part in that, which I've really appreciated. The difference of belief, I think, is really interesting, and that's something that I often work through. It's like what I feel, because there's so much feeling around me, and I think that people are so vocal about how they feel in the Bay Area, in Oakland specifically. I think it's just like it's a city of activists and
Yeah.
really deep thinkers. And so I think it's cool to kind of try and understand my place in all of that and how I feel about the issues that are going on around me, and how I want to express that given all of the means of expression that I've been privy to throughout my life.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great answer. That's awesome. I totally agree. Oakland is like the people here are amazing. Like the art here is amazing. Like,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
um, so what do you think is valuable about youth poetry or like youth art in general?
Within art, whether it's implied or really kind of subtle, there are a lot of belief systems that kind of are portrayed. And so I think it's really interesting to shift the perspective from that of adults to that of children.
Mhm.
I think young people, again, going back to the Oakland thing, like young people in Oakland specifically have a lot to say, but also young people everywhere. And I think that that's a perspective that should be pretty deeply valued, and is pretty telling of where the world's going to go and what people want and what they think about where we're at right now. And so I think that sharing youth poetry is just a means of sharing like the emotions, the feelings, and the beliefs of young people, and kind of identifying what needs to change and what will change in the future. Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Totally. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Anna, thank you so much for like sitting down and talking with me today. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for having me.
So today I will bask in the comfort of termination and another go, and I will embrace the warmth of hope, and I will wrap myself in cotton, and I will open my window.